Hello. Wait, it's not at the right place on the page? What's going on? 5, 4. There it is. I just didn't scroll. Okay. So these two comments were about deplatforming stuff. I really do not like YouTube, but I think it's a good idea to use them anyways, but don't worry about building a following there. Like, focus on just using them for free video hosting, but don't try to get a huge follower account. Try to get users on my newsletter or somewhere else that I control. Not users, people, viewers, whatever. Anyways, they removed a senator speaking on the Senate floor because they didn't like something he said, which is ridiculous. And they banned Nick Fuentes, who is kind of bad, but shouldn't be censored. I mean, some of his ideas are really bad. He did some Holocaust denial. But the left is anti-Semitic, too. And on the other hand, he has some decent ideas, like about immigration. I don't think anything he was advocating was nearly as bad as the Green New Deal, but he gets censored and a lot of other people don't. There's a big double standard. Like, there's both the problem that they're deciding who to censor and that they're doing it in a very left-wing biased way. So the culture wars are pretty scary, not going all that well. Alright, there's 4 in a row here. This stuff is about life extension. Maybe. There's so many ways the government is screwing up life extension and could screw it up a lot worse depending on what happens. This was kind of odd. For one thing, he said something about reaching a conclusion. He did say he's keeping an open mind, but he also said he thinks his ideas are currently definitive. Then in terms of answering criticisms, I mean, I suggested he like make a certain case and try to explain stuff. And then he's like, I'll just try to answer criticisms. That would have made more sense to me if he just addressed the issues I brought up instead of saying he should address issues in general. This one was kind of confused because, like, the way I phrased it was in terms of a specific scenario, and he took it a bit literally, like in terms of deathbed regrets, instead of focusing on like why you would have the regrets, what you would see as the error. Sometimes errors are more visible in retrospect, so you can explain an error from a perspective in the future. So if everyone took this attitude, it would be really bad. The attitude is, I'm going to hope that we're almost at the point of really effective life extension, because if we're not, I'm going to die, so I don't care about the outcomes at all. And if we are really close, then it's good if I try to sloppily rush to the finish line and get it done in time for myself. If everyone did that attitude, it would just sort of destroy civilization, because everyone would be focusing on this one thing that's not working. And no one would care about the outcomes in any scenario where they die. I think it's a really bad attitude that's hard for people to get away from or resist or oppose when they're trying to be really rational and they give up religion and certain like value system stuff. Like there's traditional values where you care about things other than yourself, things outside yourself. But people who are trying to be rational and ignore tradition, especially religion and moral traditions, can have a really hard time justifying caring about anything if they're not alive to benefit from it personally. Even people with kids can be that way. Kids are one of the sometimes exceptions where they might care about what happens to their kids. Spouses also. But if they don't have kids or a spouse, then it's like even harder for them to care about anything outside themselves. So this attitude, like, if I die, if we're not far enough along in life extension, so I die anyways, he like doesn't care whether his work is productive or contributes anything to humanity. That's, I think that's a problematic viewpoint. Okay, and then I got this podcast question. Why do people hate math so much? I don't know. I didn't answer this right away because I don't really have an answer. Like I have my general answers about why people dislike learning or ideas or stuff. But and I have some answers that the person already knows and put in the question. But I didn't really have a lot to add. They said maybe math is more objective, so you can't just be partly right. Yeah, I mean that's one of the points I've made. It's harder to fool yourself about how well you're doing. It's harder to like think you're giving good answers when your answers are wrong. Like if the calculator says you're wrong, you're like, oh shit, I guess I'm bad at math. Whereas if you're writing essays, you can like think they're good and maybe find a small audience of people who think they're good, even if they're terrible. And it's hard to check your work as anywhere near as effectively as with math, where there are like correct numerical answers. And a lot of people go through their lives thinking in a really approximate way. And math isn't friendly to approximations. You can write essays in an approximate way and be one of the better essayists in the world, I guess. That's possible. But you can't get very far in math without learning to get details like exactly right instead of approximately right. I don't know if school's especially bad at teaching math compared to other things. Like I know it has a reputation that people dislike math classes. but I'm not sure it's actually worse. I think a lot of classes, the standards are just really low. People like aren't expected to learn anything. It's easier to bullshit your way through. There's reasons that even if math teaching was the same or even a bit better, people still might hate it the most. Oh, there's a new comment. Four to the power of 1/4. Yes, there's a non-negative number whose fourth power is 4, but it is not a whole number. Oh, I see. I'm also curious if there's an exact answer, or if it's only, like, you can have as much precision as you want, or if you can actually have an exact answer. Given, like, a finite length decimal number. I know you can have an exact answer if you can express it however you want. Because you can express it like this, the thing in the highlight. Oops. Wait, why did that scroll up? Hit Control A and it scrolled up? I don't know. Anyways, Demo Pro. Anyway, this is an exact way of expressing the number, so there's certainly an exact way. But I don't know if you can express it exactly with a decimal or not. I guess I'll ask. This is kind of hidden, huh? Put it down here. Okay. Okay, so there are these SENS papers. Oh, this is a bunch of them. Oh, those were 4 patents on 1 paper. I was going to take a peek at these. These are references. Okay. I thought it might have been like authors involved with making this, but it's not. Differentiating ES cells using a Tennyson. Alright, well that's really vague. But ES must be a type of stem cell? What's this one about? Stem cells again. Oh, ES is embryonic stem cells, probably? Yep. So feel free to ask questions, whoever's watching. About any topic, not just this. Right, also stem cells. Also stem cells. And what is this? Hypoimmunogenic cells with high clinical and commercial value. October 30, 2019. 4 people. Alright, I haven't read many patents, so I'm probably just gonna look at the paper first. I'm more used to reading papers. Chief Operating Officer at Ajax. Also Ajax. Board of Directors of Juvenescence, the largest stockholder of Ajax. Okay, so it's very Ajax related. I think all the patents were Ajax related as well. Okay. Okay. Article? Yeah. I didn't like the amount of chrome. Like, there's all this wasted space. This much? Like, you scroll, see the thing is like, it just keeps wasting to there. It's a lot. I guess you can close that, but it's still wasting some. So we'll try the PDF. I'll just open it. There's a new post. I will look at the post because I haven't really started anyways. 7 pages. Alright, it's not that long. It should be 3 quote levels, right? Yeah. No, I'm not gonna bother. I thought he was grouping them together though. It's not super clear though, so I'm just gonna let it go. Alright, on to the paper. Okay, I don't know what allogenic cells are. Hypoimmunogenic is universal. Alright, I need to look up these. Other stem cells again. Let's see transplant stuff. Okay, so it's cells you can transplant into anyone, I think. Alright, well there's a missing comma here. So the first thing I can say is these people aren't more precise at grammar than other scientific papers I've read that are generally kind of bad. That's my impression so far. They just don't know how to use commas. This one's like pretty blatant. Even though it's only one case, it gives me a strong sense that none of the authors understand conceptually how commas work. They just sort of gesture in the vague ballpark of where fancy people might put commas, like where they've sort of seen them in books or something. They don't know the rules. I read a blog post about commas the other day, and it's not that complicated or hard. Not that long. I'll link it. I guess I'll link this paper as well. Anyway. Not a deal breaker or anything, but it shows that they're normal in this particular way. It's a sign of overreaching that they are trying to write a complex sentence structure while not knowing how commas work. They could write a simpler sentence structure. And, like, based on just a glance, they're going to write like a lot more complicated sentences. So if you want to write complicated sentences, you ought to learn how to write them. If you don't want to learn how to write them, if you don't think that's worth the time and effort, just write simpler sentences. If they don't want to do either of those, there's some sort of irrationality or error there. Translation of self therapies from bench to bedside. I'm not sure this part's correct grammatically. I'm having trouble parsing this. Let's see. It seemed okay so far. And then I'm trying to figure out where the and is supposed to link to. Is it the so I'll do this in a text editor, it'll help. Okay, so what we need to do is start like variabling variabling stuff. Make it easier to see what's going on. X would be Y, since Z and W. Is it supposed to be like this? Like grouping these together? X would be one of the biggest Y. Maybe it's easier. X would be one of the biggest Y, since like both Z and W. But see, the Z is a thing that you can be sensed. Sense the generation. You can't have sense through. So I think it has to be. I think the W thing is not separate. Like, this doesn't work. So it has to be just sense Z, and then Z equals. Then Z equals this. The generation of the stem cells and through cellular reproduction. It's just wrong. I don't see any way to make sense of this. So, yeah, they're writing complex sentences, but they do not have the skill to write complex sentences. So, first sentence wrong, second sentence wrong. This is the abstract where normally you edit it really carefully because it's a lot of people only read the abstract. You put way more editing effort into the abstract than the other parts normally. Note that like you see the error sentences in the preview. And then I'm just checking what's available at these other websites. Sometimes it's pretty common to see abstract only. This one doesn't provide the abstract at all for some reason. Also no abstract. This is bad. They should have their abstract showing up on sites like PubMed. They didn't write the word abstract in front of it. I don't know if that's the problem or not. They didn't call it an abstract or give it like a section label. Seems bad. Maybe they're viewing it as an introduction, but I mean, it's the same thing. People are going to read the starting paragraph that explains what the paper is. That's going to get read the most. Maybe what they mean is... Here, okay, so I have a different idea. So in P and through Q, it's possible they mean it this way. The generation of stem cells of embryonic origin in P. They mean in 1998 and through cellular reprogramming in N. I think this might not be strictly wrong, but it's terrible writing. It's very hard to work out a way to read the sentence. And figure out like what the group is. The grouping with the and is like this. Like you have to read the and as applying to this chunk of text. It's in 1998 and then you get something that's not a date. But I think that's the only way to read it, so it's not wrong. And it's poor parallelism. Because it's an in and through in. It's weird. Importantly, human embryonic stem cells and human-induced provide a cell source with unlimited proliferation capacity and a potential to generate any human cell type. Oh, like even brain cells? That's cool. So here the grouping, the and applies to this. It's with X and Y. So it's with the group, unlimited proliferation capacity, and a potential. This is poor parallelism. They could have said like with an unlimited capacity and a potential, or they could say with capacity and potential. They said with capacity and a potential. So the capacity and a potential they're not parallel. Like article both of them or neither of them. But the a before both of them or before neither. So third sentence also bad. One more sentence in the intro. This paper outlines the scientific principles underlying the generation of universal allogeneic cells. Okay, so it's a list. Considers the main comparative strategies that have been explored to date. This comma is optional. This is an Oxford comma, and discusses recently published experimental data. Outlines scientific principles. Main comparative strategies that have been explored to date. I don't know what comparative strategies are. Is that what they meant to say? Like, what are we comparing to what? Is it supposed to be clear? I was expecting them to say, like, I don't know, creation strategies? Like, strategies for making the things work? You know, scientific strategies that people have tried. But they seem to be saying strategies for comparing them. Like, are they talking about strategies for comparing which techniques work better? Is that the point? But the title said engineering strategies for generating the cells that are valuable. So they weren't talking about strategies for comparing things, they were talking about strategies for generating. But here we have comparative strategies. I think what they might mean to say is that they're comparing strategies. But that's not considering comparative strategies, it's comparing strategies. So I think this is wrong, that it's conceivable that they really do mean comparative strategies. Like it's not like a strict grammar error, it's just that the meaning is hard to make sense of and doesn't seem like what they wanted to say. So my takeaway so far is that they're a bit of like blurry thinkers. This is not as precise as you would hope science would be. It's not unusual, it's not like particularly or notably bad, but it's concerning that we're not seeing signs that they're any better. Because if they're just sort of typical scientists of average quality, that's worrying in terms of whether they're going to succeed at transforming the world rapidly with huge life extension stuff. Not mean to open that. All right, the need for universal cells. I'm kind of skeptical where is correct, but it's hard for me to tell because I'm not very familiar with the topic. I'm going to try to focus more on content now. Like, I think they might mean cell therapy can be autologous, autologous, which is where it is derived, or anyway, produced from non-self donor cells and where large numbers of doses are generated. Treat multiple patients. Okay, so anyways, the point is you can do cell therapy based on the patient's own cells, or you can get it from donor cells where they can create a bunch of doses to treat many patients. But the problem then is sometimes the immune system will be like, what the fuck are these foreign cells, and attack it. So the allogenic approach is superior on almost all parameters, right? Because you can just make a ton in a lab. High quality source cells, right? That makes sense. Scalable, lower cost, potential to treat genetic disorders with cells free of disease causing, right? So you can get the cells from someone who has good genes and then give them to someone who has problematic genes. Commercialization off the shelf. Right, you can basically make like a one size fits all thing to sell instead of like a patient comes in and you take their cells and then you make a therapy for them. So it's way, way better if you can get it to work. Right, so availability if you're in a rush, that's a good point. Supply chain logistics, reimbursement prices that are acceptable to payers. I mean, these are a little repetitive, like they already had lower cost manufacturing, but sure. Ease of clinical adoption. Yeah, that makes sense. Like it's easier to get through regulatory testing kind of stuff because you're just making a single product rather than this like custom procedure that you're going to do differently on different people. It's easier to be like, here's our manufacturing process, than here's our process of working with a patient according to a series of steps. Seems a bit easier. I don't know if that's like decisive or anything. Right, the first ever patient to have iPSC derived therapy received. Oh, this is like plutoric stem cells or whatever it is. I didn't say it right, but they have that like Pluto word. Okay, so this is confusing writing. Like, it sounds like Parkinson's, heart failure, and spinal cord injury have been recently initiated in Japan. But they mean human trials have been recently initiated, so the modifier is just sort of thrown on later, and you're supposed to figure out what it applies to. And okay, this is the whole sentence. Like, it's pretty long and complicated. There's a semicolon, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 commas. They didn't Oxford comma their list here. So that's actually confusing because they're being inconsistent. Maybe. Maybe it's fine. I don't do them consistently because I try to omit them when I don't think they're needed, personally. This sentence has like other commas in it though, like it's just too long. So and it continues immediately after the list in a confusing way and with a comma. Makes it harder. I don't think the comma here would make much difference either way. Okay. Biggest challenge associated with a powerful immunological response mounted by the host immune system to non-self donor cells, leading to rejection. Immune rejection is predominantly due to donor and recipient mismatch of human leukocyte antigen class IA and class II proteins expressed on the cell surface. Highly polymorphic, meaning they show immense diversity between individuals in a population. So they're good at recognizing self versus non-self. Oh, that makes sense that we would have like an internal tagging mechanism to make our own cells recognizable. It's like a battle uniform so our immune system doesn't attack ourselves. And it has to be something that's like hard to copy so that bacteria don't like disguise themselves in our uniforms. Before permanent engraftment. Immunoprivileged mesenchymal stem cells. Potential transient regenerative effects through paracrine mechanisms. Okay, so they've done this or this other thing. Or administered. So they have X or Y. So this is the grouping. The or is joining like that and that, those two sections. Possibly the largely applies to both. Or let's see. Have they largely administered? Yeah, I think I might have put that in the wrong spot. I think it goes here. Cancel, abort. Okay, so they've largely done these two things, X or Y. Administered HPSC-derived products at relatively immunoprivileged sites, such as the eye, together with... So this is just wrong. You can't administer together with short-term immunosuppression. It just doesn't grammar. Maybe the or doesn't apply this far? Okay, so we'll change the color, we'll cross this out, and let's say the... Maybe the or just goes to there. So, like, largely done X or Y. They've largely done this or this together with short-term immuno. If it's like this, they need a used. So it could be they've largely used X or administered Y, comma, together with using short-term immunosuppression. But it can't just be together with. So the grammar is wrong. They write these really long sentences with these really long phrases. Like this whole thing is a big ol' phrase. And then this whole thing is a big ol' phrase. And it's hard to tell where the phrases start and end because they're so long and complicated. And it's so hard that the authors themselves lose track of what they're writing, let alone the reader. Like, this error is because the authors couldn't keep track of their own sentence, but they expect a reader to keep track of it. And so I don't know the field, but most of the people reading this, most of their readers, they do know the field, but they don't know grammar any better than the authors do. So they're trying to have people read this who are much worse than me at parsing the grammar and figuring out how the words fit together. Like most readers could not break this down the way I did and figure out how the words fit together. So people are going to be guessing approximately roughly what it means. They're just going to see like a bunch of words and they're going to be like, these would sort of make sense if they meant this, and like guess it based on their knowledge of the field. So like it's not working very well as communication because they're relying on people who can guess a lot of what they mean instead of actually writing down what they mean correctly. Okay, so still not a topical error, but you know, major cause for concern. I just highlighted that because that's where I am. All right, the conventional approach: use strong immunosuppressant medication, but acute and chronic rejection remains a major problem. Okay, so they're kind of repeating themselves a little. But okay, they're just saying it doesn't work well enough. But there's these other conventional approaches. Like they just listed 3 different conventional things to do. And now they're saying the conventional approach is X. After they just gave 3 things, now they're just saying it is one of the 3, but that's not good enough. So that's weird, but... Okay, in addition, these drugs are associated... Which drugs? They must mean the strong immunosuppressant medications. But they don't say that. It's poor writing. They should be more specific and clear. Okay, these drugs are associated with potent side effects, including opportunistic microbial infections and cancers. Wait, opportunistic cancers take advantage of immunosuppression? Does the immune system do much about cancer? Did not know that. Doesn't make a lot of sense given my knowledge of the subject, but could be true. I don't know what I'm talking about on that one very well. As well as kidney and liver toxicity. I think this comma might be wrong, but I'm not that sure, and I'm just gonna move on. Okay. Manufacture any human cell type, any quantity, reasonable cost, anyone needing it, without HLA matching or immunosuppression. This is a quote with no source. So I don't like that. It's sloppy again, but not a topical error. And I'm questioning that this is a real quote. I think this is like I think this is an approximation. A clonal derivation of therapeutic cells. The basis to realizing? That's not the right preposition, is it? Like, shouldn't it be for? Basis for, not basis to? They're just, I think they know that, and like they're English speakers, at least some of them, right? Who should know that you say basis for, not basis to. So I think that they're getting confused by their wordiness, and it causes errors they wouldn't make in a simpler sentence. I think if it was a simple enough sentence, they wouldn't have written that. Right? It might not be basis to that's the problem. Maybe it's to realizing, and it should be for realizing. I don't know. The group as a whole though just sounds wrong to me in a way that I would expect fluent, especially native speakers, to know. Let's try this on Google. Oops. Oh, ended up on Google. Okay. 24 results. 600,000 results. See, that's a big difference, right? 600,000 versus 24. My intuition is right. And of the 24, it's their own paper. At least one of them is their own paper. Okay. Okay. Oh, right, it's the square root of 2. I did not give that a lot of thought, but yeah. Okay, I will read that later. Okay. They don't literally mean any quantity desired. Like, I can't just be like, well, I desire 50 trillion of them. They're really small, so maybe I need a bigger number, but you got the idea. Pluripotent. That's that word I was trying to say earlier. This comma's just wrong. Delete it. Well, this sentence is too long and complicated and hard to read. It keeps going and going, and there's the end. Jesus. Yeah, so they really will not respect that they never learned grammar. It would, even if they did learn grammar, I'd recommend they write a lot simpler sentences. But they are just writing these long sentences while having no idea that like this comma is wrong. Like they don't even know really basic things. This is the kind of bad comma that like a lot of people probably could recognize just from being frequent readers. Like you don't even have to study grammar to have an intuition that that comma is no good. It's not like a tricky issue. Okay, so let me colon. First, our understanding of differentiating remains incomplete, and second, okay, so it'd be valuable for two reasons. First, X, and second, Y. Then Y is this. It would open up the possibility of making cell-based products currently in or approaching human trials today more broadly transplanted. So currently in human trials today or approaching human trials today? The currently plus the today is redundant. They both mean the same thing. I think they might mean like currently in human trials or approaching human trials today, but they said it wrong. I think it might be. I think they're confused here. Anyways. Okay, so making cell-based products more broadly transplantable. This whole thing is like just a modifier in that's cutting off like products more to go together. In the perfect scenario, the need for immunosuppression would be completely eliminated with universal cells. Meaning a broader usage of allogenic cell therapeutics due to this is poor writing again. Like they meaning there would be a broader usage or people would use them more, but they don't say that. Like I'm not sure if it's strictly wrong, but it's at least bad. So it's like saying in a better world we'd have more iron, meaning more horseshoes. It's kind of like that. That's shitty writing right there. Like, meaning blacksmiths could produce more horse. You know, you should write something like this. You add those words, now it makes sense. But they write it sort of like it just happens, a broader usage. They left out like the subject and verbs, like blacksmiths would make them or. Okay, so they should be ending their sentence, but they've decided to extend it for all this. They already confused themselves and wrote poorly, and it was long enough, but they want to make it extra long by having a whole second idea in the same sentence. Although, as a valuable first step, cells may serve to significantly reduce immunity in terms of dose and duration. So hypoimmunogenic cells are not perfect, they're just better. That's what I think I'm reading. I'm gonna search for this. Less immunogenic than normal. Okay, so yeah, it's not perfect. Originally when I read it, I thought it might mean that they're just not causing the immune reaction, but they just mean it causes less. Okay. Oh, calling it engineering strategies is like SENS. Strategies for engineered negligible senescence. I don't know if it's like a common thing in the field or it's just a phrasing SENS likes about engineering stuff. They like the word strategies too. All right. I was here. Okay, engineering of HLA class molecules. Immunomodulatory class. And immune checkpoint molecules. There's a picture. Looks complicated. Knockout, knock-in, inhibition, induction. Inhibition, induction, knockout, knock-in. Okay. So it looks like it's getting into technical details in the next section. I think I'm going to pause here. Not there. Here. I'm gonna stop here for now. Oh, typos in his own comment, not typos in my blog post. I don't need to worry about them. Got it. well, I started character creation in Icewind Dale. I don't even know which one I was in the middle of making. Go back, cancel. Okay, so I made a fighter druid and a fighter mage thief. So making the ranger cleric. Under. I think you can change this shit later. I'm gonna give that one to my fighter druid, maybe. Good, and okay, so you have to go half elf. Class fighter druid. Oh wait, that's not it. Ranger cleric. Cleric ranger? Cleric ranger. Okay, it is CR. Alignment. Well, that's high. Let's see what kind of strength we got. Not great. Let's see what kind of stats we need. This is used for turning undead, right? Oh, I don't want it to be like trash. I don't get a penalty, but other than that, I don't think I care. What do I need to max my stats out? Okay, we'll store this. What the fuck? I'm gonna scroll down. Oh, it's off screen. That's why I couldn't. Okay, store reroll. Oh, an 86. Oh, that's higher strength. Right, store. Roll. Hmm. 1881. Right, store. I don't even remember the exact category. I think 75 might be a break. Folders. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so 76 is a breakpoint, 91 is a breakpoint, 51, and 100. Okay, so store that, reroll. It might just be good enough. Oh, 89. That's really high. I don't think it's worth it though. I'm just gonna recall. Alright. Swap the intelligence. Charisma down. Right. Okay, skills. 4 points remaining. Can I go 2 things in something? Yeah, alright. So I need a ranged weapon, so I'll go sling. And I need a bashing weapon, so mace. Oh, flail, morningstar are grouped. Okay, so mace or flail, morning. Or warhammer. No idea which one's good in this game. Well, that's 2 different things at once, so. Flail, morningstar, flail. Weapon proficiencies, I'm just sort of guessing a bit. Worry. Sure. Take a detect evil. Done. Doesn't really matter, you can just change that later. Oh, an enemy. Skeletal undead, spectral undead. They split up undead. I know there's goblins at the beginning, but they're not gonna matter in late game. Oh, cadaverous undead. There's 3 types of undead. Trolls, spiders, umberhulks. Those seem like they wouldn't be very common. What are there gonna be like a lot of? Spectral. Ghost Shadow Wraith. Would this be liches as well? Or are those skeletal? Ghoul zombie white. I have no idea. Let's do giant. Appearance. I don't even know what gender I did. Male, I think. Alright, I need to put on headphones. I'm just gonna put the chat off screen. Okay, unmute game. Way too quiet.
Oh, the demons of sleep hound me.
Oh, it's not
I need
using my
rest.
headphones. Oh, my iPhone probably connected to my AirPods. I probably have to add this to streaming. You guys probably aren't hearing it. Let me see. Yeah, you're totally not hearing Icewind Dale. Okay. So I fixed that with loopback, I think. Loopback streaming. Yeah. Okay, plus Icewind Dale. Mute when capturing? No. Alright, now you guys can hear it. It was very quiet for you. Let's turn that up a bit. It's quiet for me as well.
We squander what little time we have standing here.
Because I turned the music down a lot.
I fear I am wounded.
Sure. Name. CR. Accept. Okay. Now, Cleric Illusionist. Cleric Illusionist has to be a gnome. Class. Alignment. Reroll. Alright, there's a big one. Oh yeah, you don't get exceptional strength anyways. But you need a lot of stat points on this. Store. What do I actually need? So, int is for learning scrolls, but you don't need it for casting scrolls. Oh, 17 max, because I'm a gnome, I guess. Oh, max 19, but I just don't have the points for it. Anyways, I can go 16 on con. And no charisma, alright, so store. I'll reroll if you do. 86. 86 is pretty high. I don't know exactly how long it takes to get a better roll, so I'm just trying it a bit to get a sense. It varies by class too, because classes with higher minimum stats on more stats are more likely to get higher rolls. Oh shit, 92? Alright, that's super rare and lucky. Alright. I have to give up 1 point somewhere, like this. 93 would have just maxed everything except charisma. That's okay, I'll go with 17 con, I think. It doesn't really matter. Okay. So I was gonna get daggers. Oh no, wait, not on this character. Okay, this character needs a sling or ranged, and then mace or warhammer for melee. And then whichever one they don't get, my cleric ranger will be getting in the future. Alright, so should I pick mace or should I pick warhammer? I don't even know. Alright, mace it is. Sling plus mace. Mage book level 1. Oh, okay. So I believe you can only have one familiar in your party, and someone else is going to cast it, so this will be a waste. But I'm just going to take it anyways as like a test. We're going to get magic missile. And identify. Oh, you have to select at least one illusion spell. Should I waste a slot on find familiar? Well, let's click on it and see what the description says. Only one party member. Yeah, I'm just not gonna bother because someone else already gets it. So we'll get Spook. Identify magic missile done. They make you take one of these, no problem. So appearance. Whatever.
Let's spill some
I think I
blood.
used that one.
Let me at him.
I shall slay you all.
By Daredoll's shield, prepare to be destroyed.
Die, fool!
Dash and slash.
Let's dance. Follow me. Even I.
Okay, name Cleric Illusionist. Accept. Create. Okay. This is my archer dude. Or no, I'll do sorcerer. I don't know what race the sorcerer should be. Elf, half-elf, human. Got it. What about ranger? Human, elf, half-elf. Got it. So we'll go with elf. Maybe. Gets you bonus dex. Gets you some resistance. Yeah, I think it's good. Class. So I want this thing. +1 bonus to AC. May use breath weapon once per day. Disadvantage. 1 fewer spell per level per day. Nope, fuck that. Alignment on my sorcerer. Shitty rolls. Doesn't really matter. I'll get something decent soon. Okay, I think that'll work. Possibly I should max wisdom. I don't even need int at all, do I? Does int matter? I read somewhere that int matters, but it might only be wisdom. I don't know if I'm actually gonna get to level 18 on a sorcerer anyways. Yeah, I think whoever said int matters was just wrong. Okay, so to max my wisdom, I would need an additional 6 points, or possibly 5. I'm not gonna roll for that, fuck that. I have other people with high wisdom anyways, so I have no idea what to do at this point. Let's get max charisma. Maybe that'll be useful for something. I don't know if anyone else has max. Oh, that's max con anyways. I can't get more? Okay. Done. Skills. Okay, dagger. I already have a dart user and a sling user. Done. Not one armor. Fuck that spell. Not want that one either. Alright, we're gonna take magic missile. And what else do I need? I don't know if I'm gonna take identify on my sorcerer or not. This only affects the caster. Okay. Shield is okay. There's no protection from petrification. Maybe they don't have basilisks in this game. I think I'll just take identify. It'll be convenient. I didn't need to get it on my other guy then, but no big deal. The duration on this, 5 rounds per level. I plan to get it next. I think. I could get chromatic orb. Don't need charm person, someone else can get it. This seems fine.
To the pain.
Ha ha! Watch your back! It is a shame that we must resort to violence. I shall steer us true.
Come then. I will do my... I grow weary.
The silent blade cuts best.
I'll take care of it. That's fine with me.
The silent blade... Ah, I should get some...
Okay, name. This is S. Apps. Create. An archer. Race. Elf. Class. Ranger. Archer. $88. Hey, that's good. Not bad. So, do not need intelligence. Wait, this is my archer? I do want wisdom. I would have liked more con. Maybe it's better not to be. Check the dex table. What does the 19th point do? Okay, so that's +1 to hit. I'm gonna take it. Okay, so these are well maxed. I got just the right amount. Alright, done. Skills. This is my archer. I was gonna go longbow. Someone else got short bow already. I think I can get more points in it, it's just not at level 1. As a ranger, you get free 2 weapon style, so I'll get some sort of one-handed weapon. So the other guy has long sword, so I will take short sword, I guess. Oh, wait, I can only get one? I think that's a kit thing. Can't specialize in melee weapons. So I can get multiple things. We'll get Bastard Sword as well. Okay. Can I get more 2 weapon style? Oh, I can. What does the third slot do? Give me +2 with my offhand. I'm just gonna go with Bastard Sword for the variety. I don't know what proficiencies are good. Bastard Sword's one hand, right? Well, it doesn't even matter that much. Done. Oh, right, another. They did giants before. Need something different. I'm just gonna Google it real quick. Goblins, orcs, lizard men, and unity are useless. Okay. That sounded like skeletal undead. A good choice, since I already have someone on giants. This guy says trolls. Okay, skeletal undead or trolls. Good enough. I don't want to get like a ton of spoilers. Skeletal undead, trolls. Skeletal undead, troll. I'll go with the undead.
My aim shall be true.
Huh. Sounded like an archer. Done. Aim A. Okay, this is not a perfect party, but...
Our tale begins here, in the quiet fishing village of East Haven, one of the so-called 10 towns of Icewind Dale. The tiny community is hardly a town, but rather a collection of ramshackle huts crowded together upon the icy shores of Lech Dineshire. Here, within a dimly lit tavern, a group of travelers sit huddled around a table, swapping tales and making grand plans for the future, completely unaware of the part they are to play in the events that are about to unfold.
Oh, the end. I didn't actually pay much attention.
What's this? New face in town, eh? Well met, stranger. The name is Hrothgar, originally of Hillsfar. But now, after years of traveling up, down, and under Faerun, I am content to call this town my home. Who might you be? Well then, welcome to Easthaven. Whatever your business in these parts might be, I would. These folk are under my protection. And that said, I'll let you get back to your cups. I'm sure you've had a long journey, and you'll find there's no better way to shake off the cold of the road than by downing and if you're in need of lodging, I would recommend talking to Quimby. Equipment and supplies can be purchased next door, at Pomab's Emporium. Pomab's prices are a bit high, even for a Kalashite. But you'd be better off well-equipped and short of coin than the other way around. Once you've had a chance to rest up and get your bearings, come by and see me at my house. It's just a couple doors west of here. There's some business I would discuss with you. Farewell.
So that's how it is.
Oh yeah, I gotta fix. Keyboard. This, to use F1, F2, etc. as standard function keys, you need that to play these games. Okay, first thing, let's get them in order. Earth
I
Ranger.
would be honored.
That's about right. I know this person's gonna cast Find Familiar. And we're gonna save. Need to save. Well, first I'll talk to my familiar. Save game. Okay. Oh, everyone has a quarterstaff and that's it. How much money do I have? 650? Okay.
How can I help?
Where's the door? Is that Alt? How do I highlight?
It shall be done.
Maybe it doesn't highlight doors. Oh yeah, there. It is tab. Okay, is this the Emporium?
Of course.
Yeah. We no longer need to memorize Find Familiar. We will get shield. Oh. Record? Who has high charisma? Okay, this
What
character has the
kind?
highest charisma. Okay, so chainmail 112. Now, if we put this guy at the start of the
I
party,
should get some good scouting done up here. Fine.
chainmail is now 95. So it's based on
I
who's in
suppose
position
I'm
1.
free to do your time.
Oh, they made containers really cheap. Alright, this is the thief. They got the gem bag. Dark Illusionist can take scroll case. No idea who needs potions. I'll just give it to the Cleric Ranger. Okay. Now, this person has a sling. Buy them bullets and a sling. And then the Cleric Illusionist also needs a sling. Who is that? They need a flail or a Morning Star as well. $2d4 versus 1d6 plus 1. So 2d4 is 5, and this is 4.5, so Morning Star it is. Who needed the mace? The CI needed the mace. Done. Bye. Oh, a lot of people need help. Anyway, need to buy bullets here. Oops. Buy. Then the FMT needs arrows and a short bow. The archer. How's that longbow? 15 strength is the requirement. I've got that. So and they need a short sword or a bastard. Bastard sword is 2d4. Okay. This person needs a long sword. What does the fighter druid need? Darts and scimitar? Katana too expensive. Okay, scimitar. Dart. Okay. Sorcerer needs a dagger. Throwing daggers are a bit expensive, but let's see what we can do. I don't want to spend that much right now. I'll just get them like. Okay, I think I bought all my weapons. Oh, darts have to go there. You can't use them as ammo. I have 2 more weapon slots at least. Do I? No. Oh, I see. Okay, so this person has another slot. Alright.
Okay.
Still need some armors. And I still need more helmets. Okay, so I need 5 helmets. Everyone can use them. Except for the sorcerer. Then shield-wise... I could use a bunch of shields. Okay, we're now good on shields. That just leaves armor. AC 5. I'm gonna buy like 1 splint mail. Someone's got a tank. And then we're done.
I would be honored.
Alright, so this guy can tank. Okay, I got the bucklers on people. We have helmets on. Alright, dropped all the staves. I'll keep 1. 1? Didn't need it.
Of course.
Save game. Save. Oh. Oh, it puts it at the top. Area map background. Oh, I see. Snowdrift and Pomabs and... Alright, it scrolls really slow. I thought I raised that already. Gameplay? Keyboard scroll speed is on max. Oh man, it's slow. Try maxing out max speed and see if that's... I can't scroll with the mouse while I'm in code mode. And the keyboard scrolls really slowly. Right, that's pretty lame. I can center on my characters. And I can map and click.
Of course.
Why is it so slow though? I'm gonna try changing it. It seems glitchy. Lower it. Oh my god, that's slow. I remember having this problem in Baldur's Gate. What place is this? Supposed to talk to that guy. There's a temple. Probably like a character records with, so -1 AC, 8 AC. Why is this person? Oh, right. I just didn't have the points to get them decks. I got them the wisdom for bonus spells instead. That might have actually been a bad call. Maybe Dex would have been better. I don't know. Aspel the Scrimshander. What the fuck is that?
Good as gold.
Yes.
I am prepared. I hope understood. Here I go.
I'm gonna split up my character.
It shall be done.
Who's low?
Here I go.
Right.
Hi.
Strange blue-skinned woman. Quick save. Oh, that's for history. Alright. Please the elf dialogue. Does not respond. Go on, spirit. Won't talk, eh? Well, I don't want to fight her, so...
Hi.
Okay, so there's not really anything to do.
Very well.
On it.
Okay, so there's monsters down here.
Right.
Apparently. I know where Hrothgar's house is. That's sort of what I was looking for. You're just supposed to try random houses.
Very well.
I am your man. Okay.
Like an arrow.
Right.
Wait, there's goblins.
Yeah, very well.
Okay, let's actually take my entire party and
Of
try to
course.
regroup. It's on like really high difficulty, so I might get one shot or something. I have to be careful and... How split am I? Alright, let's just regroup here then. Okay. Everyone on ranged weapons.
You'll soon sleep with the dead.
Did I not hit once just then? Wait, it didn't even tell me any of my attack rolls? Gameplay. Feedback. Higher? Maximum? Locator feedback. What is this? Oh, okay. More confirmation probe? Oh. Oh yeah, no cosmetic attacks. That's good. Journal pop-ups, sure. 2 hit rolls. There we go. Right, everything's on now. Auto pause on. The end round does it for every character. Good enough for now. I'll do enemy sighted as well. Trap found.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Very well.
So that's how it is.
Right.
Very well.
Yeah? Like an arrow.
Yes, understood.
It shall be done.
My character's auto attacking, I'm not even positive.
Right.
Time.
I'm here. Right.
Good as gold. I think my adventuring days are almost over.
That was a lot of damage.
Right.
I fear I am wounded.
Hurt.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Problem. This character is not attacked again. I need to be more organized. I think my settings will stay. Yeah, they stayed. I just lost some exploration. I have to talk to people again.
Okay. Time.
Good as gold.
Yes. Yes.
I'm on it. Here I go.
I'm here. Yes.
Wait, did they attack? Oh, I got 2 of them attacking instead of 4.
How can I? Very well.
For what do you need me now?
Of course.
Very well.
So that's how it is.
Does no one have scripts assigned? Is that it? Information. Custom script. Standard attack. Custom script. Standard. This is what I want. Maybe ranged? Customize script. Ranged. I'll just do this. That works.
Yes.
Right.
Very well.
Okay, there we go. Now my characters are attacking.
You want a taste of this?
Ow!
Half the loot is mine.
Wait, I got hit? Does this guy have a bow?
Good as gold.
Oh shit, he's got a bow.
Ow!
Very well.
Oh, 17 is a miss?
Yes, on it.
What kind of goblins are
Like
these?
an arrow.
It shall be done. To victory.
Yes.
Understood.
It shall be done.
Very well.
Very well.
Very well.
Like an arrow.
Your command? It shall be done.
Yes.
Gods grant me strength. Of course.
Right.
So that's how it is.
Yes?
You want me? Right.
Yeah?
Of course.
Good as gold.
Right.
Very well.
Let's spill some blood. Right.
I suppose
What
I'm
spells
free
will
to
cast
do your
him?
dirty work.
Might as well. F.
I am prepared.
It shall be done.
Okay, well it seems hard to kill anything whatsoever.
Yes.
Like an arrow.
Yes.
I am prepared. I hope.
I want to find that Hrothgar guy, so... Maybe there's more signs that I can click. Maybe my quest log will tell me. Journal? A couple doors west of the tavern.
Very well.
Okay, so it's one of these. I'll try the fancy looking one.
Of course.
I found him. Okay.
Well met, friend, and welcome to my home. Make yourselves comfortable, but try not to break anything. Many of these curiosities that you see lying about have sentimental value.
There's a bunch of new messages and off topic. Let's see. From the last like 10 minutes. Wait, Kate misquoted? Oh no. Kate coded correctly and then misparaphrased? Yeah, that was definitely a change. Wait, someone's messaging me? Why is he direct messaging me? Like, are you a Deutschian? If he doesn't know that, why is he talking to me? That's an odd opener. He doesn't seem to, like, click on links, because he's asking what sort of stuff we discuss here, but there's a link in the channel description, and there's an intro channel. Oh, hello, existence exists. I don't know why I don't know what post he's looking for. He seemed really confused, though. Oh yeah, I was about to say that was probably what he meant when I read this. It's not on curi though, that's why he was having trouble. Wait, he thinks 4 minutes is a lot? I look for things so much more than 4 minutes sometimes. That's not very much looking. It's not a waste to try something and it doesn't work out. Like, it was a reasonable try. You can't just never try things that don't work. It's part of the process. You can try to do better next time, like, be more accurate in the first place, but this wasn't like a major detour. The answer to everyone is probably no. I don't know what in this thread is, in this chat room. Some people have. Who cares if everyone present has thought about it or not? That's such a silly issue. Does he have a question? I mean, I could say no to this, but then he'll just ask why. And then I'll be doing all the work and he won't be doing anything, so...
Oh, they're all remembrances of my adventuring days. Little trinkets and the like that I picked up here and there. More keepsakes than valuables, really. Leftovers from my days of fortune and glory. Indeed. Well then, this might interest you. I'm putting together an expedition of sorts, one which would surely provide opportunities for both fortune and... Hold a moment, just hear me out. Now, I've already managed to rally together a few swords for this expedition, but I fear our numbers may not be great enough for the task at hand. Well, as you wish. Can't say I'm not disappointed, though. I took you for the adventuring type. Oh, well. I suppose you'll make great fishermen, seeing as how that's the only safe occupation round these parts. Back again, I see. Have you reconsidered my offer to join the expedition?
Okay.
Back again. Excellent. Glad to have you on board. I plan to assemble the rest of the expedition and set out. With storms brewing in the mountains, I'd rather we depart sooner. But there are matters that require my attention here about town. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe you can help. Pomop, the local shopkeeper, has recently... He's been complaining that the regular caravan from Caer Dineval is long overdue, and that if they don't arrive soon, he's sure to be out of business. Now, normally I'd take Pomap's whining with a grain of salt, but with heavy snows on the way, it would be best to make sure that caravan makes it through. I want you to find that caravan. Leave town by way of the South Bridge and scout the hills west of Loch Dinnershire, between East Haven and Caer Dineval. Caravans always stick close to the shoreline this time of year. Once you find it, see the caravan safely to East Haven. In the meantime, I'll assemble the rest of the expedition and make the final plans for our journey. Return here as quickly as you can. We must make for Calderharp Pass while the weather is favorable. Good luck. Safe journey.
Right.
Of course. How can I help?
Yeah?
Yes?
For what do you need me now?
It shall be done.
Wait, did my script save? Not that. Record? Customize. Oh god. Let's try to figure out if IDW pregen? I think I just want standard on everyone. Customize script standard done. Okay, done. Then I want to see what my attacks were like. 17 Thaco, 8 to 11 damage with Sling. What is this guy? 3 to 6 damage. Strength works. So bullets 4 to 7, that's pretty good. 5 to 10, that's pretty good. This is okay because it's twice around. What is this? Oh, these are darts. This is not great. But it's 3 times around. I wanted to change the like, appearance? Yeah, this. That guy's cooler. I don't like this one either. I already have that person. Maybe? Sure, whatever.
I'm here.
Of course.
Okay, so I have everything on like the hardest difficulty. I'm level 1 with like very little gear.
into the fray.
Gods grant me strength.
There's like a lot of them.
Fear I am wounded.
On it.
Of course.
How did I miss so much? Oh, 22 is... Why is 22 a miss? That's... I don't understand how Heart of the Fury works. That must be fucking with stats in some way I don't understand. Alright. Heart of the Fury... Icewind Dale? Icewind Dale 2 Heart of the Fury guide? Not what I wanted, but... Wait, it's not Heart of the Fury. What the fuck is it called? Gameplay? Heart of Fury mode. Okay, Heart of Fury. I just want to find out exactly what it does. That is not what I meant to press. Enemies get plus 12 to their challenge rating. More experience yielded. X base health. Plus 12 or 13 to their 2-hit rolls. 10 saving throws. 10 to all stats, which may improve AC. 2x. Okay, that's quite a lot. This is different than the Baldur's Gate one that I'm more used to. Is this Icewind Dale 2? Yeah, this is Icewind Dale 2, so this is actually kind of different.
Сегодня я начну прохождение игры Icewind Dale Intensive Edition. Одним персонажем твоей соло на самом тяжелом уровне сложности Heart of Fury. Также я не буду использовать...
Okay, so you're a solo fighter mage cleric. How does he kill anything at the beginning?
Сражение плюс 10. В итоге мы получим максимальное значение в этой игре. Сила 25, лука 25, возражение 25. Это очень важно. Очень нужен.
Where is he?
Затем используя паузу. Правда, нам никто не давай знать. Который... Сейчас покажу. Ловкость. Малость высокая. Кулдапарь. Запади, гоблины нас будут ждать под дверями.
I just want to see him fight some goblins and see if he can kill them.
Поверьте, переиграть пришлось
Okay, he's fighting a goblin.
Прежде чем продавалась эта процедура. Теперь можно было, конечно, упростить игру, играть перемели классом клирик маг, он ничем не уступает тому, который я выбрал. Теперь просто колдуном. Но очень интересно проходить пол игры, когда герой перестал развиваться. То есть, когда достиг максимального уровня результата. Есть, конечно, патчи, которые снимали прыжку опыта. Но это уже будет добавлено создатель игры.
XP and like leveled a little, or I don't know, actually, because he might have a familiar out.
Носить будущий ритм брони. В принципе, у нас заклинание мага, это всего лишь 2. Не замерз?
What's he casting on it?
Вот, в этой зиме.
Is that chromatic orb? Now he's casting magic missile. What was he casting before?
Не замерз? В принципе, у нас заклинание мага, это всего лишь 2. Не замерз? Вот, в этой зиме. Вот, в этой зиме.
Looks like old person. I think he already leveled up a bit.
Анный прокат. Пиши. Sini. Tapi tidak sesuai.
So he knows how to get some XP at the start.
Когда у нас уровень 20, добавили еще один заклинание. Караван. Вот мы сходили, видели, что караван разрушен. Что дает нам это заклинание призыва нежити? После одного боя.
Oh. I see. That's very weird. So you just kill those rats, they're 2000 XP each? That's why he's killing stupid rats at the beginning. Oh, there's half orcs. Didn't make one. What if here isn't a lock? Is that, can I turn it off? I thought I could turn it off. Gameplay. Oh, I see. They just lock the slider. Yeah, yeah. Anyways. Maybe I don't need the difficulty-based damage increase that's doubling the damage the enemies do. Already turned off difficulty-based XP bonus. But does not affect Heart of Fury mode. I probably took the wrong spells to start with, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to buy new spells right now. Is it something with Ingrak? I assume that's why it's being linked. Couldn't see the full title. Oh, yep. This person's heavily overreaching. I'm not sure what the point of this discussion is. No. He's using this misleadingly. No, that could still hurt someone. People can get hurt by pretty much anything. I gave him advice, which he seems to be ignoring.
Bring it on!
My enemies always bring out the best in me. Like an
I
arrow.
am wounded. I
I think
need
my
aid.
adventuring days are almost over.
My
I'm so dead.
Please,
Okay, I saved after putting the scripts, right? Make sure. Oh yeah, I have the new portraits.
It shall be done.
So I'm gonna go to the inn. Oh, Hearthgrowth House, it shows up now. Wait, Gasper the Fishmonger? That's not the end. Oh, the end's this one. How did I never explore? Whatever. Okay, we now have the tavern.
Very well.
So it was just back here?
Yes.
Gods grant me strength.
I am wounded. I
Wait, these
need
things are killing
aid.
me? What are they? Beetle?
Please,
My
Help.
body can't keep
Wait, can they
pace with the
move?
blood leaving it.
I think my adventuring days are almost over.
Very well.
Oh, it looks like they don't move. As long as I stick to range, they'll be okay.
Of course. Of course.
watch me work.
Of course. How can I help?
Okay, BRB. Oh, S auto pause weapon unusable. As long as he doesn't move, it's fine. I should buy an extra sling and just let him use it without proficiency. Oh wait, so I killed something. XP 1070. I'm not even gonna level up from this. What does it take to hit? 19 plus 120 equal miss. 70 plus 623 equals hit. 26 hit. 20 miss. 22 is a hit. Yeah, these things just have really high. 21 is a miss. They have like minus 12 AC or something? Is that how that works? No, Thaco, 2-hit AC 0. Wait, you.
So that's how it is.
Well, that one moved. What the fuck?
Are you ready for me?
Okay, so I'm getting like 4,000 XP here, which isn't gonna level anyone up at all. But if I could kill the like 12 goblins, then I would get some levels.
Very well. It shall be done.
Okay, so I see where you got some starting XP. That was kind of silly. I'm definitely confused which... Yeah, that. Okay, I need to go back to the Emporium.
Very well.
And got a sling for my sorcerer. And more ammo.
Ah, I'm fine.
Okay. Sorcerer. Sling. Because bullets are cheap. Oops. Okay. Even if he doesn't have proficiency, he can hit with 20s, I think. And I just want him to have a ranged weapon and enough ammo to use it. In fact, I'm just gonna take my dart person and equip more darts. Okay. And yeah, I definitely have a money shortage.
You need me now.
How much money? Okay, so I got 712 XP per character. But some people have it split up like that or that. So leveling kind of slow.
Okay.
We'll save as C1.
I guess.
Okay, so I can rest here.
Okay.
I would be honored.
Right.
Did I get a single goblin to come? Maybe. Not sure. think I got it.
Are you ready for me?
It shall be done.
Need a big open space.
Watch me work.
Yes.
Okay, the
That
goblin
sounds
is now
reasonable.
retargeting.
Into the fray.
Hi.
Retarget it again. Is that the person that's on?
Keep
Yeah.
to the shadows, friend, and the battle will be won.
Very well.
I guess.
Do I have any spells I want to cast?
Yes.
Oh,
I am
nothing
prepared.
available at the moment.
I hope.
The silent blade cuts best.
Yes, I'm on it.
I guess. Keep going, friend, and the battle will
Oh, I
be won.
spooked it.
Are you ready for me?
You'll soon sleep with the dead.
Into
Okay,
the
so it just
fray.
took one casting of spook and it's no longer attacking me. Interesting. It's hostile again. Who's it attacking?
Okay.
Okay, it's this character. Oh, run away.
It shall be done.
Who's it attacking?
Very well.
This one? Okay.
Let's spill some blood.
Of course.
Go away. Okay, so they don't retarget that often. 1030 XP. Less than the beetle.
Yes.
And one battle axe. For all that ammo.
Of course.
Okay. That was pretty slow.
Of course.
Arm animal and tracking.
Into the fray. There I go.
Watch me work.
It shall be done.
It's not very good at attacking moving targets. Was this character getting attacked now?
To victory.
Bring it on!
Good as gold.
Right.
Well, this one's dying way faster. I think I just had better luck.
So that's how it is.
My loot.
Very well.
Alright, well this is kind of hard to get started. Not exactly hard, but I might have more fun playing regular or something, I don't know. Probably not, because so with regular, it'll be okay at first, and then I'll level up and things will get way easier really fast, probably. You can turn this mode on later though, unlike in Baldur's Gate. I think it's permanent in Baldur's Gate. You have to pick it when you start. Anyway, let's check Discord again. What did he say? If I can start again, my question was that. Right, so he's not, but he's still ignoring what I said. He's accusing me of being coercive? Jesus. He's very aggressive. It might just be Andy, like... He's not acting like a new person. Okay, let's do this.
There must be something important going on somewhere else.
You don't have to quote it for him. Like, if he doesn't want to read it, that's his choice. Like, I'll get information about him. I mean, you can. It's not a big deal, but it's... My first guess would be it's not better. To give him the quote from the
Come
end.
on, I need some
And better if
action.
he reads it himself. That's a minor comment, though. Here's where I was. I had to find my place. Okay.
We squander what little time we have standing here.
There must be something important going on somewhere else.
Yeah, this is true. Sometimes people don't understand that very well. He's just assuming his questions were, like, not that bad or something. But they were, not close to the quality that I would engage with as a peer rather than as, like, helping a beginner who's quite confused. And they also were not promising from the beginner perspective or, like, very, good to engage with. There were a lot of things wrong with them already. He's just assuming he can't possibly have made many mistakes or important mistakes in the little he said, but my opinion is that he did. Last Resort is pretty harsh. Like, it doesn't have to be a big deal. But he's acting like he's not new, but he's not really telling us who the fuck
what
he
little
is.
time we have standing here.
And he called us coercive. And seems kind of hostile and adversarial and pushy. And he seems like not cooperative or interested in what I say. And then trying to get me to do work. I don't know about, in regular Baldur's Gate, Legacy of Ball mode doesn't give you bonus XP. I'm pretty sure there's none. But it also doesn't screw with combat stats so much. So it's pretty different than this Heart of Fury mode.
Very well.
Is this the best place to do it, or is there somewhere closer that has enough?
Please,
No!
don't
I
let
did
me
not mean to
die.
attack. How do you talk to yourself? That's F1. I think that's a way to unself or uninvis. Okay, I got one. I might have got two. Should be okay. I should try to stealth and backstab later. What is this? Oh, set snare. Oh. It's an archer. Where'd the goblin go?
How can I help?
Right.
Come on, goblin. Wait, where the fuck did it go? Oh, it's still in the same spot. I think actually what I need to do is just run up to it and get it to go melee.
You want a taste of this?
Is it on melee now? Yeah, there we go.
You want a taste of this?
Oh, CR, weapon unusable. Who's that? This character?
Your command?
That was the first character, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Keep running.
Are you ready for me? Let's spill some blood. Are you ready for me?
Oh.
Right. Understood.
It shall be done.
My body can't keep pace with the blood leaving it.
Good as gold.
Silent blade cuts best.
Here I go. Here I go. Bring it on! I am wounded. I'm on it. Bring it on!
Good as gold.
Of course.
You'll soon sleep with the dead.
I guess.
Yeah, here I go.
Yeah, very well.
I'm on it.
It shall be done. Very well.
Crossbow dagger.
I'm here.
Vita mortis Vita
Okay, so took a lot of the wrong spells. So we can get 2 spooks and a shield, and that's it. And then got some damage. Six rounds. Not gonna do much. Six rounds. I don't know if Bless is worth using. Bless or Sunscorch. Maybe Entangle. I should probably try it. Okay, first.
Yes?
Wait, someone had a
Speak your mind.
cure left. What's this character? Wait. Hey, Fire Druid has a cure. What? Well, that's glitchy. Okay, these spells. I should try Entangle. I will try Sunscorch, and I will try Bless. This is Icewind Dale Enhanced Edition. I detected my own character. Oh, you just got like one ranged attack for 3d4. Alright, Blast. Who's this one? Dark Ranger. Wait, they don't have druid spells. Maybe they only get them when the ranger levels up enough to get druid spells. Probably that. Okay, so I'll just try Blesses, I guess. Wait. But I don't know if I have anything better. What's this do? We're gonna go Bless, Bless. Dude. Oh right, sorcerers don't pick a spot.
It shall be done.
Not that. I go here. Okay, so you have to get to Kuldahar, the second town. That was where the expedition was going. Okay, so a bunch of stuff is in Kuldahar.
Of course. Very well. It shall be done.
Up to 1225x. Okay, got him. Did I not? That's two. Well, at least they're coming. I can do two, I think. Oh, one's an elite. I didn't know there were elites mixed in. What did I fight before? Goblin. Alright.
To victory.
You need to get them to go melee. Uh-oh, I lured something else and that guy didn't even switch. I think they're all on melee now. Alright, so there's three, but it should be possible. Ooh. What the fuck? The AI is so bad.
Of course.
I don't want to just turn all AI off so my characters don't auto-attack. I have to toggle it on and off, so I should have it off right now. And then I turn it on when I'm actually doing my kiting. So that my characters will attack. Okay, I got that guy to come, I'm good. Thanks.
Your life is forfeit.
Here.
Let's dance.
Okay, so what I wanted to do is bless.
How can I help? It shall be done. Grant me strength.
Oh, this guy missed the blast. That's okay though. DL weapon unusable. They're fine. They've got more.
It shall be done.
Like an arrow. Half the loot is mine. Half the loot is mine.
What? Oh, my blast ended. Okay. Let's try more spells.
Very well.
Victory. You'll soon sleep with the dead. So that's how it is.
Help.
Like an arrow.
Wait, where's the actual hit? It says 11 missile damage. Maybe I didn't have to do an attack roll while they were asleep. I'm not sure. Worth trying again.
Good as gold.
Okay, quick save. I think I got 2.
My enemies always bring up.
Oh. So he completely ignored the identification policy? Or maybe he responds later? Yeah, he just ignored me. If I were you, I'd ask him if he's, like, talked with this community before, or like, how much FI stuff he's read, or how long he's been around. Like, did he find it last week, or, like, 3 years ago, and it's been Lurker? Before trying to talk to him further? That kind of context is pretty important. But he doesn't seem honest, like he just ignores me and doesn't want to talk to me or something. But he came to my community, like why is he here? How did he find FI? He hasn't said those things. A positive argument is an argument in favor of something, a negative argument is an argument against something. Oh yeah, the article said it. Yay, the article got it right. Like, it's not like a CR idea or a obscure idea. This kind of stuff is dumb and is what the intro articles are supposed to deal with, but he doesn't want to read them. You shouldn't use the word valid. I don't think you know what it means or how to use it. And it's not necessary. Like, you could just leave it out of what you say. Well, this one can be left out. This one can just say correct. And it can just say it's not a correct argument. This argument doesn't make a lot of sense because you're not arguing against something. You're not trying to refute something. Like, you don't have rival theories. Before you make arguments, you need theories that you're arguing about. There's like some conflict of ideas that you're trying to figure out. Like, someone thinks this stick is a computer, and someone else thinks a rock is a computer, and you think an iPhone is a computer, and then you have like 3 rival theories. Yeah, freeze. If you do not see something, then Google blocked you. YouTube is like very sensory and stupid. So you said, I feel like I'm learning things by discussing with him, mostly because it's encouraging me to think and Google things. Yeah, that just didn't show up. YouTube doesn't like it when people talk. That's my general impression of them. Mostly it just blocks links. But it also likes blocking messages that are longer, even though there's a 200 character limit, so there's no long messages. But still, the longer it is, the more chance you get blocked. Seems to be a rule of thumb. A new blog comment. I'm probably gonna end stream soon, so ask questions if you've got any. Whatever. Yeah, Twitch has its own problems, like that I would have to export every single video over to YouTube. And that I would be splitting my audience between different video sites. Podcast questions, sure. I think you can dual stream, but I don't think it's worth the effort, or like it would split up the chat rooms. People would show up on YouTube if there was a YouTube stream. It's not like everyone would know to ignore the YouTube stream until it was over and only use it for the archive or something. It'd just be like extra work and confuse people. Wait, he has English stuff now, but he didn't. Is this the Icewind? Oh, that's Icewind Dale 2. Okay, Ice. Here we go.
Forward.
Oh, so he made it to Coldhair Pass. Okay, so he got animate dead, and that's how he's killing stuff? Because he's soloing, he's able to get high-level spells really fast.
Oh,
that's how he's doing this part 2 as well. So he actually triple classed, but still got to level 5 priest.
Сначала поберем золото, это после сна, ну и щель. Бежим таверну для сна, стараемся как можно быстрее преодолеть эту локацию, чтобы если орки выйдут из пещер, они остались за горой и не видели нас при последующем доходе в эту локацию.
I don't know if it's actually harder or easier with a bunch of characters. I think the beginning is probably harder with a bunch.
Заменяем магические стрелы на цветную стрелу.
His chromatic orb and magic missile. I want to see what he memorized. Is that bless? Yeah, that's bless, right? 4 blesses in a sanctuary. 5 hold persons. And 2 animate dead. I want to see what his mage had as well. His mage has armor. Don't agree with that, but... Oh, so he doesn't even have a level 2 spell yet. There's no way to get... How does he have 3 spells instead of... Only... He starts with 2, right? Maybe he got armor in-game somewhere, like it dropped. So that seems not very good. Probably wouldn't pick it. I might just set it to normal and try playing for a while and switch it to Heart of Fury when I'm higher level with my party. Might be better. I'll check Discord. And he doesn't seem to want to answer that question. Alright, later guys.